What other team in the NFL has a show like this?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
For the best show on the planet, tune in to Bronco Planet.
And now your Bronco Planet hosts, Danny and Shad.
Hey there, folks. It's Danny and Shad. It's Bronco Planet week number 1. And Shaddy, let's just get it out there. I don't think anybody saw this kind of a performance coming from the Denver Broncos. Did we think we were going to win the ball game? You and I talked about it. Yeah, we had that feeling, right about here that this was going to go our way, but certainly not the way that the Broncos were scoring at will, it seemed like, with Mr. Peyton Manning.
Yeah, I mean, it was so kind of getting the cobwebs out a little bit. I guess the 3 restarts, at the beginning of the game, kind of impacted it a little bit. But boy, is Peyton Manning unfreaking believable. I mean, I'm a surgeon, Danny. I mean, he comes out there, 7 touchdown passes, ties the NFL record, and just unbelievable how on the money he is, how accurate, how smart he is. I mean, Elway, we love Elway. Elway will always be Mr. Bronco. Different kind of quarterback, right? A little more charismatic, a little more athletic, eyes in the back of the head. Peyton Manning, a student of the game, knows where people are going to be. It was fun to watch, and I haven't seen it actually since Elway's day when he burned Lester Hayes. He's sitting there puzzled on the sideline. Right. You saw that Raven defense on the sideline like, what in the hell's just happened? I mean, they got taken out to the woodshed and the crap beat out of them.
Oh, yeah. And so many weapons. And that was the other nice thing. You see such a prolific night from this offense, but you see a pretty well-balanced night from receivers across the board. Peyton, obviously, he's been known to spread the ball out, which is a nightmare for most fantasy owners, except you. We real quick timeout. This guy takes Peyton Manning number 1 overall over Peterson on the running backs, goes against the grain. I gotta shake your hands because I was one of the guys making fun of you. Not that I don't love Peyton, but just not number 1. And holy cow, when you get a quarterback passing for something like that, and a big coming out party last night too for one of our new tight ends.
Yeah. Julius Thomas has looked so good, and the reason I went Manning, obviously, not just because I'm a diehard Bronco
we're all
fan,
homers,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, he wasn't that healthy last year, and he put up, almost his third best career season ever, and then he comes out this year, and you could just tell by the way he looked at camp, you look at his muscles, how strong he was, how more accurate, how further he was throwing it down, and I'm thinking he's going to have a huge year, and I don't want to miss the magic, so I went with Peyton Manning. And Julius Thomas, big guy, any Thomas, you got a Thomas on your name on the Broncos, you're going to get five catches, 100 yards, and a couple touchdowns.
Oh man, just what a great night, and especially again when you talk about the overall balance. For those of you wondering what the deal is with the Denver Bronco running back core, neither do we.
Yeah,
we expected,
nobody really cares.
Yeah, no, not at all. Running back by committee, sure, we're for it. Whatever, just keep throwing 7 touchdowns a game. You could bring back John Keyworth for all I care. But just what a great night. I think there was also an equally great story on the defensive side of the ball, Shad.
Yeah, I was really happy. If you would have told us at the end of last year that you're gonna start off against the Super Bowl champions who embarrassed you, but you're not going to have Doomerville, you're not going to have Von Miller, and you're not going to have Champ Bailey.
It spells
I would have been shaking in my shoes. But as this week went on, you just felt good about the younger guys. DRC, unbelievable game. Chris Harris continues to make just great plays left and right. Even Danny Trevathan, before the Boner play of the year, cuts across there, gets an interception, sure tackler. And how about our former Charger, now Denver Bronco, Sean Phillips, 2.5 sacks.
Leads the league. The league, obviously, and the team. But I don't think anybody saw Sean Phillips coming. And when you talk about some of the unsung heroes from last night's game, it's very easy. Shad takes the easy way out. He'll say DRC, and give kudos, obviously, where they're due. But the center of that defensive line, Shad, Mr. Knighton, Vickerson, and Wolf, holding
hot roast helping in there.
Oh my
too.
goodness! Holding Ray Rice
150 yards. Tremendous job. Good pressure and great covers by Tony Carter. They were on him all day long. It was a complete win. Prater's probably wondering, hey, do I get a field goal opportunity at any point?
For those of you who in fantasy land that own Prater, I'll just do the math for you. 7 points. How do you feel about that pick now?
Pretty simple. I feel really good about that. And again, I was checking.
And how about your boy Nacho?
Nacho, 11 or 13, double figures in tackles, playing a pounding game. Raheem Moore came up there and knocked the crap out of a guy. So I really
poor Dallas Clark. Thrilled. You know something? That guy's in the twilight of his career. He shouldn't have to put up with hits like that. But a good, solid, clean hit. The stadium just went absolutely crazy. Social media went crazy on that lick. Calling it the redemption hit.
Without a doubt. And one thing I did notice, though, in the middle of the games, that the depends orders were adult depends were going up, as every defensive coordinator that the Broncos are going to have to face was crapping in their pants and trying to get those depends in before they got to face the Bronco. Because I don't know how you stop it. I mean, you spread it out. You got Thomas, who was just unbelievable. You got Welker, who I don't know the kick returning. I'm a little questionable about, but I mean, Welker was everywhere, doing a great job. And then you had Eric Decker, who just had a miserable night, and it didn't matter. I mean, everybody's probably celebrating in the locker room. He's probably going, man, I missed my little floater in the end zone. I dropped the other couple passes, and I fumbled one. So maybe no more reality TV for you, sir.
Yeah, why don't you pay attention to catching footballs for a change, Eric? He's going to be fine.
We're just kidding there.
The other funny thing going into this game, about the only thing I didn't really feel too good about, and it's really based on just what we saw in the preseason with special teams. And last night, another unsung hero, another stud. If we were doing game balls tonight, Shad, we'd have a basket of balls.
So couldn't give enough away.
Dave Bruton.
Yep, Dave Bruton, man. He's a team captain for a reason. Yep. The guy always makes great plays. He gets hurt. You look like, oh, man, we can't afford to lose Bruton. He's back out there again. Same with Woodyard. No, without a doubt, Bruton is, he was an all-pro last year as a special team stud. And, this team is very complete. I think lots of upside, and it answered a lot of questions, right? And I think they're going to come back. Manny Ramirez, not giving up. He had to go against.
This is so weird for us, but we're going to go ahead and do it.
Way to go, Manny Ramirez.
That is weird. But, man, the offensive line, Peyton got put on his can once by Elvis, and that was probably just in the script. You know what I mean?
Without a doubt.
Elvis Dumervil is still Elvis Dumervil. It's sooner or later he's going to get his. But overall, just I think a really good effort on all facets of the football game. And generally, we can, if you really want to nitpick 2 plays, who cares about those? At this point, just hope that it doesn't, happen again. But it could have been certainly a much different score had Trevathan hung on to the ball. And another thing for Danny Trevathan, just a public service message from Shad and myself: when you do something that dumb, it's just good advice. Wouldn't you say, Shad?
Yes.
Shut your hole when it comes to talking to your defensive coordinator.
Go back and sit down, hide from your defensive coordinator. The last thing you want to do is argue with Del Rio.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send Danny Trevathan some old NFL footage of Jack Del Rio. You don't screw with Jack Del Rio.
Yeah, you'll get benched, and if you don't get benched, you'll get the crap beat out of you. Yeah, you're not going to win that one either way.
It just kind of is. So that concludes that part of the PSA, Shad. But I think more so than anything, when something that dumb happens, at least it happened when you're up 3 scores. And hopefully sets the precedent going forward through the rest of the year.
Yeah, no, that's a good lesson. That's a good one for him to learn that didn't cost you any.
Hand the official the ball. Act like you've been there.
And so speaking of someone who has been there, it's time to call out right now. He's just dying to get out after a game like that. It's monkey time.
Prize monkey, that monkey's funky. Say what? Prize monkey, that monkey's funky.
You know something? We dug into the old prize locker, and we were trying to figure out a way. How do you reward through Prize Monkey a 7-touchdown effort, Chad?
Well, you got to go big, Danny. And so we're going big. We're going to recognize a couple former Denver Broncos that had a few big nights, just like our receivers last night had. And Rod Smith and Eddie McCaffrey signed on this yearbook, both autographed.
Perfect.
And that's going to head out. This one is designated to our YouTube followers. All right, don't panic, Bronco Planet,
Easy.
Booster Club.
Settle.
You guys are going to have your chance. But this is for those that go in and comment on our YouTube. We're going to pick one out, and we're going to give this away next week. So now's your time to start the chatter up there on YouTube. Woo-hoo-hoo. And if you're not following us on YouTube, now's the time to join. And we're also going to give away for those at Bronco Planet. We've got another mini helmet left that's signed by our defensive tackles, both Unrein and Vickerson. We had 3 of those, and we're down to our last one. We're giving that away, so you're still in the hunt. And all you got to do is go tell us why you love Peyton Manning so much. That's simple enough. Yeah, just go tell us.
And you can't say because of 7 touchdowns.
Why you like Peyton Manning so much. And it's simple enough. We're going to keep it positive.
There you go. Moving forward, Chad, you know, as an NFL scheduler, you just got to love the Denver Broncos because there's just so many storylines that go along with Peyton Manning. Next week is a part of that storyline. The Manning Bowl is going on the road in the Meadowlands, which hopefully is
bring it.
I like the fact that Manning is going to be possibly seeing the same stadium where he may be playing in the Super Bowl this year. You know, get the feel. You know, check out the men's room type of stuff.
Absolutely. And, we'll see if those guys can play as good as they can do their little videos. No, I think that's going to be great. Best thing for the Broncos is they got the long break, right? They got that early game out of the way.
10 days.
10 days healthy, off, and going against the Giants. You know, I think it's going to be great. I like this kind of little thing.
Oh yeah, you know, as the season goes forward, again, NFL scheduling. You've got the Manning Bowl coming up this week, a return visit into Indianapolis. So it's just exciting times. You know, we got the preseason behind us. We were, you know, a little bit nervous with the Super Bowl champs coming into town. You still had that good gut feeling. Vegas said, you know, by 9 and you know was the spread and up until game time, which I think it dropped to 7. You know, how do you cover that kind of spread when your quarterback's passing for 7 touchdowns? So, at any rate, Chad, anything you want to add?
No, I'm so happy. Everything lined up the way they did. The Broncos looking tough. You get Champ Bailey back, and if we can just keep plugging along, it's all about momentum. It's about getting better every week. But boy, how do you get better than 7 touchdowns?
You don't, but I like where your head's at. For Bronco Planet, I'm Danny. He's Shad.
Woohoo!
We'll see you soon.